Restoration with Pastor Dennis L. Martin Sr.
Hello, this is Restoration with Pastor Dennis Martin. I'm grateful that you joined me on today. I'm going to be sharing a very inspirational message with you. I know it's going to bless your life. If it blessed you, please share it with someone else. Please forward it, email it, whatever you've got to do, because I know it's going to bless you on today. You know, about 2 weeks ago, I drove to the dentist's office to drop off a check. And when I got there, I noticed that there were no cars. And so right away, I assumed possibly that they were on vacation. And so I went back the next day and I only saw one truck there. And so I picked up my phone and called the number. And when I called the number, a young lady answered the phone. That was one of the assistants that's been there. And I began to ask, I said, "Are y'all on vacation?" She said, "No." I said, "Well, I've got something to drop off. Can I drop it back off?" So she said, "Well, come in, I got something to tell you." And so I went into the office and right away I said, "Oh no." And she said, "Yeah." She said, Dr. Newsom, which is my dentist, is retiring on the 31st of August. He's no longer going to be in practice. He's turned 70 years old and he's just decided that he's no longer going to do the practice, and so he's retiring, and that's it. He's going to take a few more clients. He's got some stuff to finish up, but he's retiring. Well, I said all that to say this because my heart, even though I'm happy for Dr. Newsom, he's a great guy. Oh my God, what a nice guy. One of the nicest guys you will ever meet. And I tell you, I'm happy for him in his retirement. I wish him well. I wish and pray that he will enjoy the rest of his life, and my God, just God's favor would be on him and just bless him in a great way. But I wanted to share this video with you today with this title, "Nothing Remains the Same," because 28 years ago, I was in revival in Mississippi, never forgot it, and I had some pain in my tooth. And so I went to the dentist van. The dentist said to me, "I've got good news and bad news for you." He said, "The good news is not as bad as it seems." I said, "Well, what's the bad news?" He said, "Well, the bad news is you've got to get a root canal." And so I had been to a dentist previously, and I called this number and it ended up ringing in this office where Dr. Newsom now had his practice. And so when I got back, I went there, and I must admit to you, I had a fear of the dentist, of being shot with needles, as most of us do. But he made it so easy and so comfortable. He was one of the best. And I almost looked forward to going to the dentist after that because I never had any problems. And for 28 years, Dr. Newsom was my dentist. He was the one that took care of my teeth and put a smile that I could smile and show people my teeth. A bridge, root canal, a crown, he did it all. And just a friendly atmosphere to do in his office. What I want you to know, when I heard that he was retiring, everything my emotions sort of went all over the place because I had become comfortable with Dr. Newsom for 28 years. All I needed to do was make a phone call and that was it. And I could go in and they'll take care of me. Well, now he's recommending me to someone else, and they said he's just as good as Dr. Newsom. I pray he is. But my point today is this, is 28 years, Dr. Newsom was my dentist, and I got comfortable with him. But something hit me that day that made me to realize something, that nothing remains the same. That's right. Nothing remains the same. Life changes. The song used to say, "Every day brings about a change." You may say where you've been, but you don't know where you're going. And every day brings about a change. My late uncle used to sing that song, Evangelist Gene Martin. Every day brings about a change. And so nothing remains the same. And I want to encourage somebody. You know, some things you become comfortable with, and sometimes people get all in an uproar because of things, but just understand that things change every day. There are some changes that come in our lives. There's some changes that come about. But thank God that The songwriter said, because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. And so we've got to deal with the change. Nothing remains the same. None of us look the same way we did 20 years ago. Nothing remains the same. Our steps are slower. When you look at our pictures from years ago, some of us, the hair is gone, a whole lot of stuff. Nothing remains the same. But I want to tell you that even though nothing in life remains the same, according to the scripture, Jesus says, amen, I want you to know that I'm the same yesterday, today, and forever. God said, I'm the God that I change not. And so I want to tell you that since God is yet in control, since God does not change, since Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever, I want to encourage you to hang on in there, because no matter how things changing around you, he's going to see you through. He's going to make sure that you make it, that I make it, you be all right, I'll be all right. And even though some of those things that we become comfortable with and some of those things that we figure we can't do without, God is saying, listen, I'm going to make sure you make it, because you've got to understand, as David declared, my times are in your hands. God's got our times in his hands. And no matter what changes are going on in our life, God is going to see us through. Don't go through no changes. Don't go through none. Don't go through any changes. Everything's going to be all right. So I wanted to encourage you today that nothing remains the same, but you're going to be all right. You're going to make it. I wish Dr. Newsom well in his retirement, but I want you to know I'm going to keep smiling, because somebody else can make sure that there's going to be a smile continuously on my face, and I'll be able to show my teeth. Why? Because no matter what changes, God always has a way to see you through. God always has a way to bring you through. And so keep smiling, keep giving him praise. Remember, nothing remains the same, but the thing we can rest assured is he remains the same. As I leave you, there's a song by the Winans years ago that I love. I cannot trust in a political system. The world is so rough that it's cold. Finding jest where they're barely existing, but you're the only thing right left in a wrong world. He never changes. This is Pastor Dennis Martin. Thank you for joining me today. God is yet in control.